Well, good morning. I am so thrilled to be teaching week 8, y'all. If anybody knows me for longer than a minute, I tend to come out of the gate with both guns blazing and we have really quick starts and then I'm like, nah, and then I change my mind and then we go do something else. That's why my husband will not let me start to help him paint a room or anything like that because after about the first wall, I'm not interested anymore. And it just drives him crazy because he's like, finishes projects to the bitter end. And I'm just always like, this is not really fun anymore. So that's my 100% sanguine personality, which dictates don't put me in charge of anything because we'll have a good time, but we're probably not going to finish. So that's just how it goes around here. Um, my name is April Brum. I am bringing years and years and hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of training into my community for those that choose to stick with me. There's going to be a little special at the very end of today's week 8 meeting, and I'm so excited to bring that to you. I respect, it's kind of like when somebody comes in Shark Tank and they're asking for investors. They don't want to disrespect the previous investors by giving such a crazy deal. So it is a decent deal today, but it also is not going to undercut the people that are already with me. So um, we are going to start week 8, and I'm going to say a quick prayer over our businesses and your households and ask the Lord to do what only He can do. So, Lord Jesus, I am coming to you today humbly and expectantly. Lord, I know I ask for a lot, but you have a lot. You have all of it. And I am respectfully asking you to bless the businesses of everyone that's here live and the ones that are watching the replay. Lord, I ask that you please introduce them to the right people at the right time and give them the wisdom and discernment to recognize that. I ask that you will um, remove the scales from their eyes of the things that are blocking them from growing their business. And if someone needs a new business idea to hang on to and grow, please give that to them and help them to have the wisdom and discernment to recognize it. Bless their households. Please protect those that are maybe feeling under the weather. Heal them in your precious name. And I ask all of these things. I know I ask a lot, Lord, but you can do everything that you want to for your business and your glory and your kingdom to grow. And I ask that you please let me be a small part of that. All these things I ask in your precious name. Amen. Okay. You got, oh, did I not? Oh, I am recording. Oh, good. I'm like, all right. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm so excited for this, y'all. This is a culmination of the 7 weeks. So don't panic if you weren't here for some of them. Um, we know that everybody has lives. That's why I record these. I have created a landing page for this, but after today, it will be $147 for the 8-week course. And you'll see at the very end, I'm going to make a little offer. It's going to be kind of fun. All right, so week 8, we're going to multiply what you've built, how to turn what you've learned into income and impact. So you have spent 7 weeks building and learning and growing, and now it's time to see the fruit of your faithfulness multiply beyond what you even imagined. We made it. It's week 8, y'all. I'm so glad I said it was an 8-week course and not like 16, right? But I knew that 8 weeks would sort of wind us up about halfway through October and it would let everybody breathe for a minute. I know the holidays are coming, and most people, most entrepreneurs will take a breath during the holidays. But y'all, the holidays is where the most money is spent. Make sure that your message is clear and concise and you're only selling one thing and you solve one problem with your one big solution. That's what I've taught this whole 7 weeks. If you are jumping around with, I sell this and I sell that and I can do this for you and I can do that for you, and you only have a small following so far, you're going to keep a small following and that's it. because the algorithm is confused. It doesn't know who to send you to, and your reach will not get bigger. Your engagement will not increase. So, you've completed the 8 weeks of intentional growth, consistent action, and faith forward marketing. From creating compelling reels, which was our first week, to building your email list and developing a sustainable content plan, you've laid a foundation that's ready to bear fruit. Now, if I'm reading this and you're like, I haven't done any of that, contact me afterwards. We will come up with a solution for you, I promise. So on the right-hand side, your journey so far, you've mastered reels that connect, you've built an engaged email list, you've created a content plan, developed consistent systems, and strengthened your marketing foundation. This final session is not about adding more work. It's about multiplying everything that you've already built. You've been faithful with what God has given you, and now watch Him set you over much, much more. Well done, good and faithful servant. You've been faithful over a little. I will set you over much. Wouldn't that be just so cool? It's so funny when they down here, I guess it was nationwide, but down here in Georgia, there was this big buzz a couple of weeks ago with the like $1.7 billion lottery or whatever. I don't play the lottery. We invest our money very wisely. I feel like it's growing like crazy right now, but we just in general we just don't play the lottery. It's not like a rule, but we just don't. Anyway, so both of my boys were like, Mom, we were on the way home from church. Can we just stop at a gas station and just get one ticket? And I'm like, sure, knock yourself out. Use your own $2 or whatever it is. And the fun they had talking about what they were going to do with $1.7 billion was worth the conversation right there. I would have paid $2 for that conversation. They had such a good time with it. It's good to dream, right? All right, so the big idea. You already have your content. You've got 8 weeks of templates, strategies, proven systems that are sitting in your hands right now. Just the other day, if you're not already in my Facebook group, please send me a message later and let me know, and I will invite you to that Facebook group. But inside that Facebook group, I put a little tutorial I literally showed you how I scheduled out 30 days of content in about 25 minutes. So if you can take 25 minutes once a month, you're at least going to have 30 text posts. And then you can take another 25 minutes and you can do 30 reels. You can take another 25 minutes, you can do 30 carousels, things that I've taught you how to do over this 8 weeks. You can take one 30-minute session once a week or so, and then you're going to have months worth of content. Okay. You already have the structure. You've got your workflows, you got email sequences from Pagewheel if you're a Pagewheel subscriber. If not, you get that with my club membership. You got a content calendar, hopefully. It's been battle tested and ready to share. So you go back and look at your insights. That was one of our courses. I taught you how to look at your insights and see what was working. You go back and see what's working, and you rinse and repeat. Big, big, big accounts. I'm talking about accounts that have 3.5 million followers or more. They are recycling content almost monthly. Some of those accounts are posting 6 or 7 times a day. They do it with tools like Smarterqueue is one of the ones that I use, and Holly Homer uses that one for Quirky Mama. But I'll show you a couple of examples of that and show you what's working and what's not working. You just need to package it, transform what you've learned into offerings that serve others and generate income. We are not running a charity. Some of you may be running a charity, but even a charity needs money to keep on going and thrive, right? We can all agree that we need to have income. It is not a bad thing to charge people to pass along things that you have learned. God is a God of multiplication, not just addition. He takes 5 loaves and 2 fish and feeds thousands, right? What could you do and what can you earn from what you've already built? You can do that with stuff that you already have. Excuse me. All right. Step 1 is package what you already have. Don't start over. Start with done. That sounds easier, right? You don't need to create something new from scratch. The checklist you've used, the trainings you've watched, The planners you filled out are already valuable resources that others are going to need. I've already told you guys, I told you this at the end of week 7 last week. You can take this course and repackage it and go reteach it and charge for that. I'm okay with that because you know what? There's nothing new under the sun. The Bible says that many times. There's nothing brand spanking new that hasn't already been said, taught, shown, sold, whatever. We're all out here just repurposing content. And the reason why it works is because there's certain people that I just can't learn from. Their teaching style is not my style, and I'm not everybody's style. You know, there's people that are like, I don't know that I could listen to you one more minute. I'm like, well, okay, thanks for sharing. Like it doesn't ruffle me like it used to. Because it's kind of like with Chick-fil-A sauce. If you're in an area that has Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A came out with Chick-fil-A sauce. Most people flocked to it. And they were like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. And then there's a few people that are like, I don't like Chick-fil-A sauce. And everybody gets quiet and they're like, what? How do you not like Chick-fil-A sauce? You can't be everybody's Chick-fil-A sauce. It's just not possible. And that's okay. That's why we each build our communities. And then within those communities, there is enough to go around, y'all. I promise. Bundle these things together into a little mini course. Do a digital product. You can use Pagewheel. It will create a beautiful professional offer in minutes with no tech headaches and no overwhelm. Write the vision, make it plain on tablets, it says in Habakkuk 2:2, right? All right, real quick, I'm going to deviate for just a second and show you guys something that came about just from something that I did real quick, and I turned it into a product in minutes. All right, down here, I'm going to show you let me get the October one. Where is it? Okay, here it is. I'm going to unshare for just a second. All right, so this is the October version of my devotional. I saw this in my sleep one night. I was literally laying there, and I keep a notebook by my bed, which, by the way, pro tip, keep a notebook and a pen by your bed because it will help you brain dump those thoughts that you're having that the Lord just gives you real quick. And then, because the next day you're not going to remember them. So this was something I was thinking of because there's so many devotionals, there's downloadables, there's ebooks, there's you can buy it at the store on Amazon, it's printed, whatever. But how cool is it to have something come in your mailbox, right? So here's all the days of October. And then at the bottom, I just put many blessings. And then I said, you know what? Somebody else might need this that I don't even know. So it says, know a friend that could use this, text Devo, and then there's my number. Okay. So I've had people text me the word Devo. What happens then? I get to meet them. I get to put a name next to that phone number. And then for the first few, I was like, well, here's my Venmo. And they would just Venmo me $5 and I would mail them the card. I thought, this is going to get tedious if it blows up, right? So I decided real quick, I went to Pagewheel and I created a devotional, I guess download you would call it. Here is this is the funnel and landing page that I created in less than 10 minutes. Access your monthly devotional. Download the greeting card images. Brighten lives instantly with monthly devotional greeting card image. I did not write this, y'all. Pagewheel did. Ready to go. This downloadable set gives you instant access to inspiring, professionally designed devotional greeting cards. You can send it through your SendOutCards account. Don't have an account? Oh, click here. And then they can go get an account. Start spreading faith and positivity today, blah, blah, blah. Ready to use cards inside each card. And then I even embedded a quick little tutorial how to take these images and drop them into your SendOutCards account. And they can subscribe $5 a month or $60 a year. It's already ready to go. When they subscribe, I go ahead and send it to them, okay? And then that's the offer page. The delivery page opens. This is after they have subscribed and chosen something. Access your monthly devotional cards. There's download your greeting cards, and that goes to here, which I need to change that because the little download your greeting cards needs to say something else. But Brighten Souls Monthly, check your email. That's what it needs to say. It needs to say check your email. And then there's the video, how to use it. And then what they get is they literally get an email from me that says, here's your downloads, whatever. If they got all 12 of them for $60, then I'm going to send them the images. They don't get the Canva template. The Canva template is $50 because then they can use that Canva template to go make the rest of the cards. So they wouldn't need me to send them every month, right? So the template is much more valuable than the images. So that's something that I was already doing. I was already doing this devotional card. And then I thought, wait a minute, this might be useful for some other people. And then I could use it to have them open a SendOutCards account and do it that way. Or if they don't want a SendOutCards account, they just want to send this to someone else, they can, kind of like when you gift a magazine subscription, you can do this. And this is 100% profit for me. The $5 a month and $60 a year, it's 100% profit because I've already paid my VA to make this card. So it's already done. I'm actually sending all of it to her. She's getting the 100% profit, of course, because why would I keep any of it? She's also my son's girlfriend, so we want to sow some good seeds over there, right? All right, so here's step 2. Build your simple funnel. Guide people from free to paid. Very few people will start off paid. Every once in a while they will. But there's circles, like one of the circles that I'm in and one of the mastermind groups that I'm in that is run by 2 genius people who actually created Pagewheel. I'm in their mastermind group and I pay by the month to be in that group. It's okay to pay to be in a membership and then go run your own membership because it makes you a better marketer when you're continually learning, right? Why do we keep going to church every Sunday? Because we're continually hearing the Lord speak to us through our pastor, hopefully, and we're continuing to build those relationships and grow because iron sharpens iron, right? So you want to be around the people that know more than you, and then there's you, and then you bring along people that are behind you. And if you keep that pattern going, we will continue to grow, we'll continue to earn money, and we'll continue to learn. So you start with free value. Offer a lead magnet, a checklist, a guide, or a mini training that solves a specific problem. Notice I said specific. You cannot solve everybody's problems. I was just thinking about this when I was getting ready the other day, and I was just doing one of those get ready with me videos and just talking to people, just chatting, just letting them in, being authentic. This is something AI cannot do. AI cannot build relationships with your customers. If anybody's out there thinking, well, AI is going too fast, I'm not going to even try anymore because I can't keep up. AI is not going to build relationships with their customers. It cannot. It can act like it. And there's a whole lot of people that are having conversations with ChatGPT every day, but you're talking to a machine. You cannot build those relationships. So that's the difference. Okay. So offer a lead magnet, solve one specific problem, and build your audience on that one specific problem. There's things I know about nutrition. There's things I know about working out. There's things I know about making milk kefir. There's things I know about, I get on my rebounder all the time. That is not my niche. I'm not going to charge for it and I'm not going to teach it. I post about it on my stories because they only last for 24 hours. And we talked about that in one of the previous classes. So then you're going to nurture. You're going to come down here and you're going to build trust through email sequences, genuine connection that demonstrates your heart and your expertise. So I want you to make sure that you are, sorry, I need to silence Facebook. I want to make sure that you are emailing your people. That is the only piece of property that you own, y'all. You don't own Facebook, that's rented space. You don't own LinkedIn, any social media, anything. If that's where all your people are, and guess what? Here's a little secret. You don't own the list that your network marketing company has with you. They own that. If it's on their platform, they can close at any time and take all of your list with them. Make sure that you have these people either in MailChimp, MailerLite, Kit, Gmass, there's a million ways that you can put these email addresses so that you personally have access to them at all times. Don't give that power away. Then you go down to a paid offer, invite them to a course, invite them to a membership, invite them to a coaching program when they're ready for the next step. Now, here's a little twist on this with the paid offer part, that third one down there. If you don't have the capacity, the maybe you're in the middle of fighting some sort of health issue, or you're a full-time caregiver for somebody else, or maybe you're just at a place in life where you're just like, I don't want to teach, I don't want to do the things, I don't want to run the course. You can affiliate with the people that you believe in and send those people in your sphere to those programs so that they can grow and learn, and then you just get paid a commission. That is also a full-blown affiliate system that you can set up. Pagewheel will power your delivery. That's one of the things that you can market. Create professional delivery pages and automate your product access with ease. That's one of the things you can do. Your SendOutCards account, that's another way that you can send people to something that's a solution that you don't have to teach. SendOutCards has that personal touch. You follow up with handwritten cards, make customers feel truly valued and seen. All right, step 3, we're going to automate this process. We're going to schedule our content monthly. Batch create and schedule your social media posts, reels, and emails once a month. If you don't want to use something like Smarterqueue, you can batch and do content once a month through Meta Business Suite. And it is a free resource from Meta. And you can batch your content and do it 30 days at a time inside Meta Business Suite for free. Now, it does not repeat, it does not recycle. And it does tell you a little bit about your analytics. So that's something that you can do if you are in a super tight budget and you have more time than money, then use Meta Business Suite. If you want to go a little further and recycle things unlimited amounts of times with different little quips every time, you can use something like Smarterqueue, which is what I use and what a lot of the pros use. I think I pay about 25 or 30 bucks a month, but then I get to go back and see what's working, tweak it, take stuff out of the queue, put new stuff in the queue. I even have a full-blown 18 post batch of Father's Day posts that's going to run every month of May. Father's Day's in June, right? Yes, because they put Mother's Day first. So during the month of May, I have a set of Father's Day posts that run every month of May. And I don't have to think about it. I just turn it off and on whenever I need to. So those are the kinds of things you can do with Smarterqueue. And that's another thing that I market, because most of the things I market follow the same theme: grow your audience. That is my horse that I'm on. I teach people to grow their audiences, and then once they grow their audiences, teach them how to offer paid products. So step 2 is set up your email automation. Make welcome sequences, nurture campaigns, make sure your sales emails are running on autopilot. I have a VA that does this for me. She creates the emails from my prompts that I send her. Hey, here's what we're marketing this week. Here's what we're doing this week. Here's what's on my heart. And then I send that to her bare bones on a Google Doc. She makes it pretty, runs it through Pagewheel, makes it all ready to go, and makes sure it's SEO'd and all the other stuff, and then she does it. That, for me, that's something that's worth my money to send that to her, and I pay her, I guess it's roughly about 100 bucks a month, and she keeps that going. My email open rate, though, is about 40%, and that's really high for email open rate. Most of my sales come from my emails. So step 3 is create delivery systems. You can use Pagewheel to automatically grant access when someone purchases your offer. So that's one of the things that we do. So for instance, if somebody purchases access to the Shut Up and Post Club, it automatically sends them the next steps and charges them and even puts them on a subscription. And I don't have to pay attention to it every month or every year or whatever. So step 4 is maintain human connection. Automate the structure, but don't ever automate the heart of your business. Show up personally where it matters the most. I would highly suggest that you make sure that you are connected with your people, either via Facebook or X or LinkedIn, wherever they hang out, go hang out there. Don't make them come hang out with you. You go hang out where they are, watch their lives, see when they're struggling, see when they're celebrating, and cry with them, celebrate with them, send them cards. Make sure you're the one that is making them feel good. We had one of our clients this week got she's been real consistent on Facebook, and Facebook invited her to their monetization program. So I told her, I said, don't get distracted. This is not your new way of making money because Facebook can turn you off at any time. Keep going, doing what you're doing. You're making money selling XYZ. Keep doing that. But this is just extra little side money that they're sending you for posting. So I make anywhere between 50 and 100 bucks a month from Meta. It's just monopoly money. I mostly donate it, and I don't depend on it. It's not part of my income necessarily. It's just icing. Okay. So consistency plus genuine connection equals sustainable growth. When your systems work while you rest, you're free to focus on what only you can do, which is serve, create, and lead with excellence. Nobody is created to do what God created you to do. You're all unique. You're all born with a purpose. And God has one thing that He gifted you with that you get to bless this world with. And that's the thing that AI will never take away. So Proverbs 21:5 says, the plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance. Isn't that fun? He could have just said lead to abundance, but he said surely. So that is just mind blowing to me that he actually put that extra little word in there. All right, so step 4, we're going to build relationships that multiply. Relationships usually equal revenue. Every transaction is an opportunity to deepen the connection. When someone purchases from you, celebrates a milestone, refers a friend, don't let the moment pass unnoticed. For a long time, I was real good at saving the Facebook post into a folder called Cards to Send. Well, cards to send aren't cards that are sent. So don't let that happen to you. I was like, I've got all these Facebook posts that I've saved. And I was like, oh, I need to go back in and actually send the card. So set aside an hour a week to just get those posts cleared up and send them right away because that really makes a big difference. You send out cards to send thoughtful, personalized cards that express genuine gratitude. I was recognized in a program recently, and I could tell that the cards that I were the cards that I were getting, bless it, English is so hard. The cards that I was getting were like super automated because in the achievements that I achieved that week, there were 3 different cards that came from the same leader it was just like, okay, these are obviously automated. So every once in a while, even though you've got automated cards going out, that's fine. Every once in a while, throw in a really, truly one-to-one personal card that says, hey, I see you. I know who you are. It really does make a big difference. People buy from people who make them feel seen. Mary Kay, who is probably one of the best salespeople of all time, used to say, everyone is walking around with a sign on them that says, I just need you to see me. Just need you to know that I'm here. And I think that's becoming more and more prevalent in this world that we're in now. I just read an article, and I want to say I took a screenshot of it. I wasn't planning on saying this today, but the Lord just reminded me I had it. Let me see. Okay. This was just published in Psychology Today. It's been well established that lonely people are more likely than non-lonely people to die from cardiovascular disease, cancer, respiratory illness, and gastrointestinal causes, essentially everything. One study found that those with fewer than 3 people they could count on for social support were more than twice as likely to die from a heart-related disease than those with more confidants. Just let that sink in for a second. Loneliness actually will affect your physical well-being. Be the person that makes them feel seen. People will buy from those who make them feel seen. In a digital world full of automation, your handwritten touch becomes your competitive advantage and your ministry of encouragement. Now, there's this gray area that everybody likes to argue about. You're mixing ministry with business. Maybe. But if it's a business tree and you are loving people, you are bringing them to the cross, and you met them because of business, I don't see any difference in going out on the mission field and bringing people to Jesus on a daily basis. Everybody that comes through my sphere of influence is going to hear about Jesus. And some of them only came here because they wanted to learn about marketing. You get to choose how you run this. A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed, is Proverbs 11:25. Invite others into your ecosystem. Step 5, community creates stability. Build a movement, not just followers. Transform your audience into a community that supports, encourages, and grows together. We all have had different seasons of life where there's this meeting that you just look forward to going to every week or every month or whatever it is. And you don't want to miss it because it's so fulfilling when you get there that you're glad you showed up. Create multiple entry points. Invite people to your course, your membership, your group coaching, your community, all at different price points and commitment levels because people are in different places at different times financially. And time is a commodity sometimes that people have less of or more of at any given season in their lives. I have more time now than I used to because my kids have grown and flown. And I'm in a season right now where I'm driving back and forth to another city to care for my parents once a week. So I have a lot of time to make phone calls and listen to audiobooks and things like that. Spend a lot of time in the car. Personalize your invitations. Use Pagewheel for beautiful sign-up pages. Use SendOutCards for personal invites that honor each other's person's journey. There's so many different ways you can get this done, y'all. And technology is your friend, I promise. If you are battling with something though, like I had somebody sign up for SendOutCards about a week and a half ago, and she finally called me about 2 or 3 days later, and she was just like, I have been trying to send this one card for 3 hours. And I was like, oh my gosh, it takes 22 seconds to send a card. You should have called me because obviously something is happening. And it turns out she was in a browser that wasn't up to snuff. You know, she was using the wrong browser, and some browsers just can't handle um, the complexity of send out cards. So you need to always be in Chrome if you're ever wondering how that works. Ecclesiastes says two are better than one because they have a good reward for their toil. Think about a really boring, like you got to dig a ditch or you got to mow the lawn or you've got to go weed a flower bed or wash a car or something. It's so much more fun when you got somebody with you because you can chat and talk and it makes the work go faster. And like, you know, I like to do puzzles, but it's so much more fun to do a puzzle with somebody because it just is that connection. And we're all looking for that human connection. So that's what I want you to think of. When you build community, you create stability for your business and multiplication for your impact. Isolation leads to limitation. Read that again. Isolation leads to limitation. Connection leads to exponential growth. That is huge, y'all. The why not me moment. I want you to step out in faith this week, y'all. Why not? Why not you? You've learned the tools. You've practiced consistently, hopefully. You've built real momentum over these last 8 weeks. Now it's time to monetize your message, multiply your impact, not out of greed, but out of good stewardship. I want you to look at this a little differently. It is not greedy for you to charge for the time and effort that you have put in to curate different business principles and ways that have worked for you. Not to get rich quick, but to sustain the work God has called you to do. You have the knowledge, 8 weeks of proven strategies and practical implementation are in this course. And after today, you will get sent all the replays. And after today, if you haven't registered, there's almost 70 people that have registered so far. But if you haven't registered, now you're going to have the opportunity to share this with others and earn a little income on the side. You have the tools. Pagewheel and SendOutCards are the two tools that we've talked about, plus Smarterqueue, ready to serve your growth. And you have the calling. God did not give you this message for you to keep it under a bushel, right? Who remembers that little song from church? Ephesians 3:20 says, "Now to him who is able to do far more abundantly than all we ask or think." This is your moment. God is able to do more abundantly than you can imagine, but you have to take that first step. There are people in my business that have been getting ready to get ready since 2019, and they still haven't made any money. But they got the spreadsheets, they've got the systems, and they're ready, but they just cannot get off the diving board. And that will not do anybody any good, and that will not pay your mortgage. So I want you guys to think about that. All right, your next step. I run something called Shut Up and Post. It is the Shut Up and Post Club. There is a live bonus offer. You could call it, I guess, founding member access. I'm going to make this offer for the next 24 hours. Special pricing through 12/31, $250 will be a one-time payment for founding member access. After December 31st, it goes to the $97 a month, which is what it is right now. It won't always be $97 a month, but that does not include all the extras. There are extras. You can, purchase more hours of my time and things like that. But this is the base level of the Shut Up and Post Club, which is the only level that's open right now. But $250 gets you through December 31st. What's included? You'll get done with you content bundles. Notice it says done with you, not done for you. I teach you and empower you how to get this done. You'll get Pagewheel templates for instant implementation. I've already, for instance, if you're marketing SendOutCards, I've already got a Christmas card organizer bundle ready to go. All you have to do is change the links to your links, and I will help you do that. And I drop it into your Pagewheel account, and then you offer it, and everyone who downloads it goes on your email list automatically. And then it's your responsibility to then go email them, because you're going to build your email list. That's our goal. Find something to market so that you get their email address and then market to them through email forever. Build that email list up to 100,000 people and email them 2 to 3 times a week. It sounds really daunting, but I promise you, once you get these systems in place, it is totally doable. You'll get access to future trainings and marketing mini courses. I've taught a lot of courses over the last 2 years, and these are going to be put into the club I'm slowly putting them all in, and everybody will have access to those as a member of the club. Exclusive Shut Up and Post Planner Guide. You will get access to everything that I have access to get your month of content made every single month. So that is through Pagewheel. And I also, some of the folks I've already done it for, I will put spreadsheets I'll drop it to you and say, here's your text post, here's your this, here's your that. Like, I can't go to your house and make you do it. But yes, Gail Marie's already gotten hers. Then you get bonus graphics. Those come with Pagewheel. And then there's an affiliate bonus. You will earn a 15% commission for everyone that you refer. You need to let me know that you've referred those people. I do not have it set up yet where it's automatic. Some of those programs are accurate most of the time, but I've noticed that it's just more accurate to keep those relationships going and have somebody say, hey, I just referred so-and-so to you. And then when I see their post come through and I see their purchase come through, then I'll set it up and pay you every month. All right, so this is your moment. You have loved these 8 weeks, hopefully, and seen results, hopefully. I told you one of our clients has already gotten monetized, so that's kind of fun. And then this is your next step. You've got a founding member rate offer. The clock will run out 24 hours, meaning noon tomorrow. I'm going to publish this 8-week course as a $147 course. And then the $250 one-time payment you'll just go to 97 a month. It won't be any time like that. So don't let this opportunity slip away. I hope that this has been helpful. I hope that it has been sort of sparked some interest to what else is possible. A lot of people that are just marketing one thing, I've hopefully over the last 8 weeks taught you that you need to brand yourself. I had not a close friend, but someone that I know who used to market a network marketing company that closed their doors, not just transferred from network marketing to affiliate. They closed their doors. They sold their products to another company, and people lost 6 figures overnight. They also lost thousands and thousands of email addresses because they did not own their list. So hopefully will protect you from some of that. The people that I follow don't have just tens of thousands of followers. They have millions of followers and millions of customers. Those are the people that I learn from. I'm in their masterminds and I pay for the privilege of being there. And then I turn around and I share things that I'm allowed to share with you guys. And I repackage things that they teach me with their permission and I teach it to you. So I hope that this has been useful and helpful and sparked a little bit of interest and helped you see business a little bit differently and helped you sort of calm down a little bit of the overwhelm. Because if you're scrolling social media, you see 50,000 different things that you feel like you should be doing. If God has not called you to do those things, keep scrolling. It's okay. But every once in a while, you'll see something, you'll go, ooh, wait. And then he'll give you that confirmation. It's kind of like with the devotional cards. I knew that I was supposed to get this made and I didn't have time to make it. So I paid someone to do it. But then I thought, wait, somebody else might need this. And I wrote it on got this little notebook that I carry around the house with me. And I'm always writing notes on it and then scratching them off after I get them done. So those are the kinds of things. All right, so it's 11:48. We did pretty good, and I hope this has been helpful. I'm going to miss you guys next Tuesday, but I'm going to take 2 or 3 weeks off. We're hopefully starting a kitchen reno soon. But I'm going to take 2 or 3 weeks off from teaching, but then I'm going to come back, and it probably will be inside of the Shut Up and Post Club. But maybe once every 6 weeks or so, I'll do a public sort of general teaching of something and probably will pitch this 8-week course in that so that people can catch up with it and get it going. Yes, Smarterqueue, Gail was asking in the comments. So Smarterqueue matter of fact, I did a quick little tutorial of Smarterqueue, but what I'll do is just include that tutorial in your summary email from today, and then you'll get to see that in real time. There's so much more than I didn't overwhelm you with everything that it will do. But the nice thing about Smarterqueue is it is inexpensive, it is effective, and yeah, Christina's using it too. It's awesome. And they will also onboard you. They actually get on Zoom with you one-on-one and they onboard you and then they check in with you 2 months later. So in my opinion, it's well worth it. I only use it because somebody super successful also uses it. So I followed in her footsteps. I used her affiliate link and then everybody else is using my affiliate link. So mine is almost paid for. So that's another one of those tools that you can eventually get it paid for. Yes, their onboarding is amazing. So, all right, folks, I hope this has been helpful. I hope it's been inspiring that you will take some of these tools and use them and grow your audience because you never know when the Lord is going to ask you to change channels and then you're going to have to go start all over somewhere, but you won't if you've already built your audience. So, all right, we're done. It kind of makes me a little sad. I'm going to miss y'all next week. All right, so hopefully we'll see you in the group. I will put the group in the summary email. If you don't hear from me, please, please, please reach out. It might be in your spam folder. There's almost 70 people registered. So when I send that via Gmail, I'm really running the risk, but it's the last email that I'll be sending. So I want you guys to make sure and tag my April@mailsomejoy.com and make sure that when the emails that you get from me, because I've put all of you on my mailing list, so hopefully you're getting those emails 3 times a week. So I love you all. Have a wonderful day, and I will continue to pray over your businesses, and let's go lift up one another. And if you see a friend posting, like it, react to it, make a comment, and if it fits your audience, then share the post. Not if it doesn't fit your audience, because then you'll confuse your audience. All right, I love y'all. Have a great day.